Hey everybody, how are you? I hope that you are doing really well today and so far this week. And if you're watching the replay, welcome to the replay. Do you ever have those days or those moments when you're scrolling through Facebook, Instagram, social media, and something just makes you stop and you feel really either seen or often in my case, it's really called out, right? So that happened to me today. I was scrolling this morning and I read something and I was like, oh, that's definitely, that's me. And it said, whatever you are not changing, you are choosing. And it's so true, right? And I also, as we chat today, want to also own that I am totally at fault for doing this. I do this to myself all the time too. I am not here to say like, oh, you all need to figure this out. I think we all do this at times, and we are all often our biggest obstacle the majority of the time, right? Our minds are, I love how the brain works. I think the brain is like super cool. But our mind is a really interesting thing. It's on one side totally full of all these great ideas, but yet it also uses fear to, protect us, to keep us safe, right? To not take those risks that would be dangerous or that we shouldn't, etc. So that's great sometimes, right? But this fear will kick in all the time, not just in those scenarios where we really need it to, right? So we'll have an idea to do something, right? Or go somewhere or sign up for this thing that sounds super cool to try something new. And this is, of course, then quickly followed up by a multitude of other questions, doubts that all come together in one, right? Do I have any idea what I'm doing? What will people think if I do that? What if it doesn't work? Can I really afford that? Is this a good idea? What are all the ways that this could go wrong? And then oftentimes we'll settle and we'll end up back at this spot of maybe I should just wait. I'll wait for the next time, or I will, just not yet, right? I'm not yet ready or able, or I shouldn't do that yet. And yet can be a really powerful thing and a really positive thing in a lot of ways, right? That I haven't reached my goal yet. But we also often use this not yet as a way to keep ourselves from doing something or taking a step or taking a leap that we're not sure about. And so I've really tried to come to a place in my life where I've decided that I really don't have much of an idea what I'm doing or what it will become or even what I want it to become in a lot of ways. But I also know that I don't want to define it now by what it isn't yet. Okay, so let me say that again. I've come to a place where I've decided that I really don't have much of an idea what I'm doing or what it will become or even what I want it to become. But I also know that I don't want to define it now by what it isn't yet. And that it, right, can be whatever you want to insert, right? My blank, right? So I can think of it as right now my yoga business, maybe, right? Or even my yoga practice. And the simple fact is, if we think about my yoga practice, I, I didn't have a clue 5 years ago. I would have never imagined that I would be here now a yoga instructor with a brick and mortar studio and an online studio. And this kind of unknown and accepting of kind of this unknown and just continuing to take forward steps that feel right on any given day, like going live today with you. Give me a comment, right, if you're watching, so I know you're there. Even if it's the replay, say hi. But it leads me to just never assume where I might be or what I might want to be or where I might want to be in the next few years or even the next few months. It also leads me to believe that this forward movement is simply forward, right? Even if it's a wrong step or I go down, a path that ends up being a wrong path or the wrong decision or it doesn't work, I'm still learning, right? And learning is progress of its own. Not everything is a great idea. Not everything will work. But often we talk ourselves out of really good ideas and really good steps forward because maybe things just don't feel secure, right? Or we'll do it later. I'll do it next time, right? I'm just not there yet. Just not yet. I'm not ready yet. And when I first decided, in fact, to enroll in my first yoga teacher training, I had no idea if it was a good or terrible idea. All of the reasons why I shouldn't enroll definitely were there. I knew that yoga was making me feel better than I had in a long time. But I was also still struggling with many of the poses myself. I didn't know if I ever planned to teach yoga. And that's often the ROI you expect from a teacher training, right? Eventually you teach and you make your money back, right? At least in theory. But when I signed up, it was simply because I wanted to learn more about this practice that was helping me. And signing up was a really serious investment. And so all those reasons why I shouldn't sign up came up. Right? I'm not far enough along. I'm not yet at a level that I should be to do something like this. I'm not sure I want to teach yoga, so does it make sense to sign up for a yoga teacher thing? I can wait. There'll be another one. I can do it later, etc., etc., etc. And so how often do we do that? Right? Do we restrain ourselves or do we not take a step forward or a leap that we maybe really want to or feel like would be really good for us because of this not yet? I'm not ready yet. It's not yet time. I'm not this yet. I haven't done this yet. I don't have it all mapped out yet. I'm not sure it will work yet, right? But yet at the same time, does a magical switch ever flip and you go, oh, now I got there, right? Does yet really ever arrive beforehand, right? With the teacher training I just had, I just had to leap at the moment when I really knew I want to do this. I really do want to do this. And so I said yes and I enrolled before I had a chance for those other reasons to come back up, right? And now, of course, I can look back and be so thankful and relieved that I did that. And I didn't put it off. And if you think about some of your biggest accomplishments, your biggest achievements, oftentimes they involve some similar leap, right? Some other moment where you kind of overcame all the reasons why you shouldn't have done it. And looking back at them, you can tell how many of them were you really ready to do when you started, right? And yet, aren't you really glad that you went for it, that you took that leap when you did? And it's a leap for a reason. The result is unknown. That not yet belief is really handy because it might be right. You might not make a good decision. It might not be great. We could totally fall on our faces, right? When I try new things, new offers in yoga, new classes, I might totally fall on my face. I mean, I can totally fall over in yoga class. You've probably seen me if you've taken class with me before. But it's worth it for several reasons. The main one being that it might be great. You might not fail. And it might be one of those things and those times that you look back later and go, I'm so glad I did that. You might not fall on your face, right? Which means you have success or fun or growth or progress, right? And sometimes the whole point was the leap, the forward step, and that's okay too. So I felt really called out this morning with that post, right? Whatever you're not changing, you are choosing. And so I just wanted to check in, see how you all are feeling. Let me know what you think about that post I saw, about this not yet myth. Maybe also tell me what's the leap, right? What are you holding your back from? What's the next step you're going to take? I hope that this week, this month, this year, that you feel brave and you feel bold and that everything is great. And then that you tell us all about it.